If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. And if you're not new to the channel, welcome back. Today we have a quick little video for you on a air compressor. It's a 125 PSI, 2.5 horse, 21 gallon. I took this air compressor on trade about a month ago. And the guy told me it's not building up pressure past 40 PSI. Now I'd trade you, but this here compressor only get up 40 PSI. 40 PSI, that's it. What do you do with 40 PSI? Or I try to air my tire up, it wouldn't even air up 40 PSI. Don't do me no good at all. So if you want to trade, we'll go ahead and trade. And if you can figure this thing out, my brother's cousin's uncle said there was something plugged up maybe in this line right here or somewhere. 40 PSI is all you're going to get out of her though. I'm going to tell you that right now. So if you want to go ahead and trade, we'll go ahead and trade. Yep, I'll trade. I believe I can fix it. Alright guys, that's not really what happened. The thing about it is, I was just trying to give you guys a little idea. Really, the guy I traded, he was a very nice guy. He let me know that it only went up to 40 PSI. He didn't want to bother working on it. It's not that he couldn't have fixed it himself, but he just didn't want to mess with it. And I do believe that I can get it fixed. Stay tuned so you can see how I get it done. And it will not pass 40 PSI. I can show you. It's going to be a little noisy. As you can see, it's not building up any pressure past 40 PSI. So what I think we need to do is we're going to pull this head off. And there's some things in there we're going to check. But first we got to get this out of the corner, get it out in the middle of the garage where we can see what we're doing. First things first, get the air hose off it. We don't need that. So let's pull that off. We'll set it aside for now. It's on wheels, makes things easy. Easier, let's unplug it. And we'll wheel her out here. Something like that. First thing we're going to do, get this cover off of here, get it out of our way. We're going to pull this head off. We're going to see what's down in there. There should be some little valve type things. I'll show you when we get there. And we're going to take a look at those and just see if one of those might possibly be stuck open. I believe there's some kind of problem. I'm hoping it's not the piston ring, because if it's the piston and ring, it might be more expensive to fix it than just to get a different one or something like that. So let's get that cover out of our way and see what we can see. All right, take this thing off. It's super simple. Just a couple 8mm here. Looks like at least 2 on each side anyway. We're gonna just we're going to just drop the bolt. That's fine. Just drop it and don't worry about it. We're going to set our bolts over here so we don't lose them. Looks like 3 on this side. So not a big deal. We got little washers on them. We don't want to lose those. Couple more. We're almost there. Okay, here we go. No, we don't. All right, let's try this again. We got one more bolt. I was all excited, the big reveal, you know, taking that thing off. Looks like we got one more. Okay, here we go. Let's try it again. Voila! There it is. Okay, got the fan for the electric motor. You can hear that piston turning too, which that's good. This is the electric motor. Looks like it could use a little cleaning in here. We're going to take these 4 off. We're going to take a look under here. We'll of course have to take this off, so we're going to have to drain that tank. Although, well, we shouldn't have to drain the tank actually. There should be a check valve here that will not. Should be a check valve in here that will not let that air pass through. So let's just see. If we unhook that, we'll find out if that check valve is working. See if it's 19 is the size we're looking at. Now I'm hoping I'm right about that check valve thing, because if not, there's going to be some air flying out of this pretty quickly. Okay, I don't hear anything. I think we're good. And it still has 40 psi in it, so that check valve must be working. Next thing we're going to have to do is get these 4 bolts off for this top of this head and see what's going on inside this thing. Hoping we're going to see, there's these little flapper reed things, I don't know what you call it. I don't really know the technical term. It's little flapper things, you'll see. I'm not a compressor expert. I've been known to be full of a little hot air. I've been told that before. When it comes to compressors, this is my first teardown. I got about $65 in this compressor. So you guys can just bebop down in there in the comments if you think that was a good deal, or did they get the best of me? You guys can tell me what you think on that. It's a Harbor Freight compressor. I don't mind Harbor Freight. I got lots of their tools. I've used them quite a few years. Had pretty good luck. If something breaks, you take it back, and they're usually pretty cool about it. I've never had them give me a hard time when I break something. Even sometimes, I'll be honest, I use things improperly. And even when you do that, they don't seem to care. Good news on that. So you can always keep that in mind if you buy something from there or use their products. And I've had pretty good luck with them. Okay, looks like we got one more. Then we can see what's going on in here. Anytime you do something like this, you always want to make sure you got it unplugged. Should go without saying. But, you know, this is not a how-to video, by the way, because I don't know how to. But we're going to just see if we can figure out how to. So I guess it's a figure it out video, you know. I heard a little air come out of this there. And right away, I see an issue here, guys. I'm going to show you what I see. Right off the bat, when I took this apart, show you what I see. If you look here, see how this thing's going all the way across? This one's busted. So, that is, without a doubt, a problem. That could very well be the issue of why we're not building past 40 psi. That is supposed to be over top of it. Now what I have to figure out is what can I use to replace that? Do I need to order a new one? Can I cut me a little thin piece of this or that, or who knows, you know, maybe I can just figure out some way to make that work. So we will see. But that's nice to know that this is the issue without question. I mean, I have no doubt this is supposed to be one big long piece, and it's busted. You see clearly where it used to go together. You see here, you can see where it used to go together, and it was like this. So, and this one was open. Definitely a problem. This side seems to be okay. I'm gonna see if I can see if I got anything thin enough to use. If I can make something that will work for that, and I'll get back with you guys. All right, guys, let me show you what I came up with. I got these feeler gauges, and I matched up the number 0.010. You might be able to see that right there. So what I'm going to do is take this off. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to cut it down to the same size. I'm going to cut it down to the size we need. I'm trying to get this thing going right now, not order parts and wait and all that good stuff. So let me get this cut down. I got to figure out how I'm going to cut it still. And then I'll bring you guys back and we'll see if this works out. Okay guys, so I think there's enough air. I can use this. I think there's enough still in there. I'm hoping just to use this to trim it off real quick. deburr it. And yes, it's getting a little warm on me. Okay, I think this will work. Whoa. There we go. Hose was stuck there for a second. Okay, so this is what we got. It's a little bit wider than the original. A little bit wider. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. Show you. Fits over there just perfect. And it's the number 10 is what I'm using, in case anyone decides they want to do this at home. I know some of you guys are thinking, now you don't have a number 10 feeler gauge. That's okay. I can pick one up at Harbor Freight, just easy as can be. And I think that'll be much easier than trying to track down the part number and order this one. Alright guys, here they are. They're both in place. Now it's just a matter of bolting this head back on. And we got to put our gasket here back on. Shouldn't be a big deal. Just sits on here like this. We get it just right. You can kind of see how close that one we made is. But it does actually fit in there. So, good news there. We'll go ahead and get this thing bolted back together, and we will see if it works. We've got to put our head back on. When we do, we want to make sure that everything stays in position. Goes on there just like so. Okay, grab this. I'm hoping this, I don't see why it wouldn't work. And yeah, I know I should probably just order the right thing, but we wanted to get it going tonight instead of having to wait for parts to come in. And I don't really know what the torque spec is on these, so we're just going to snug them up good and tight. And I'm going to call that, got to try and kind of just feel and do them all the same. I'm going to call that torqued. We don't want to get too carried away. It's just aluminum housing, so no sense in celebrating it too much. Put this little valve here back up. We'll grab us an extension cord. And we'll give it a try. Okay guys, I rolled the compressor over here by the wall. I couldn't find an extension cord to reach over to where we were. So here's the moment of truth. With this compressor, we don't have an air cleaner in here. If you don't cover this hole, it's not going to want to start. See how it kind of half starts? So if you put your hand over here, there we go. Now let's take a look. Sorry, it's going to be a little hard to hear me. Let's just take a look and see. Building up any pressure. As you can see, it's clearly building pressure now. We're up to 90 psi. It'll stop generally at 125. I want to put that cover on it. That fan blows air toward that head to keep things cool. So I'm going to throw that cover back on. I think that will go ahead, and you guys probably don't want to see that. But that'll conclude this video. If you ever have trouble with your compressor, and what mine was doing was it was just constantly blowing air out this check valve. That check valve is for starting. Yeah, it's pretty warm too. This check valve is for startup. It's supposed to let a small amount of air come out that to help that piston start that compressor. So if you have air fully coming out of that, then you know one of your little reed deals there is bad. You saw how I fixed it. Fairly simple. Anyone can do it. It's not tough stuff, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you watching. We appreciate, what I'm trying to say is, we appreciate each and every one of you watching. When I say we appreciate, I mean me and Bob. But thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you like this type of stuff, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us. We're trying to get as many subscribers as we can, and we'll keep on making videos. So thanks for supporting the channel.